Hey, we're live. What's going on, fellow lemon heads? How you doing out there today? Who's excited for the show? Staying zesty. I like it. Carol from Houston in the house. I love it. Love it. The guys are on their way. I talked to Jay about a half hour ago. We're all set to go. Greetings, fellow lemon heads. The money doc. I like it. I like that. Coming in from Atlanta. Very nice. See what else we got. It's it. All right. We're ready to go. It's good. India in the house. It's good stuff. Can everybody hear me all right? Let me know if the sound check and everything looks good in the chats, and I'll make sure it's looking good on my end. Lemlanta. Oh, I like that. That's fun. I dig that. Yeah. I see what happened here. Oh, hey, what's up, Lemonheads? Can you hear me now? Realized I was talking to myself, I think, right? Maybe? Yes? That's all right. We're getting it sorted out. Let's go, Lemonheads. I see the, let's get this party started. That's right. I want to make sure that everything looks good now. All right. Yeah, we should be good. All right. Let's squeeze some lemons. Corey's always coming with the same one. I like it. Corey, got to get you mixing it up a little bit for us, brother. All right. Melbourne, Florida. What's going on? Love it. Good place to be. Hot as hell in Florida right now, but hey, still good place to be. Yeah, LFGs. I like the LFGs. You know, I'm all about those. Listening Holland Rex and St. Lemon Lewis. I like it. Yeah, looking for some Whiplash Cash. We're coming with it. It's good. I like it. Getting excited, sounding good. All right. Pumped up, Steve. I like it. Good to see the energy. Checking in from the Netherlands. Very nice, Rob. I like it. Van Lee shout. You know what? I have some relationships to Van Lee shouts. I've never mentioned that before, but who knows, right? It's a small world. Loud and clear. Good stuff. Hopefully not excessively annoyingly loud. Good to go. Good stuff. All right, guys, we got some Team Lemonheads joining us on the call here. So let's get on the stage. Very nice. Hey, you hear me all right?
You can.
Your volume's really low for some reason, man.
Guys. Is that better?
Still pretty low. I'm not sure. Lower than usual.
Small thing.
Well, good evening and welcome, everyone. Evening, depending where you're tuning in. Afternoon, depending where you are. Today, we are live, and we've got a whole bunch of Lemonhead founders coming on to chat with us today, so we're very excited about it. I will let Jason do the formal introduction. So, Jay, kick us off, and I'll just keep managing the chats over here for now.
Yeah, no problem. We actually have another guest joining us here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce a founder and a great individual. You've met him before, but His Excellency Dr. Fiad, he's right here next to me, and he's going to go ahead and introduce himself again for the people that missed it last time, pre-introduction. And then we have another guest, another founder jumping on here in just a few minutes.
Well, welcome, Dr. Fahad. Great to have you back on again. We're excited for you guys to be here. Yeah, someone's still commenting on the volume as well, Jay. Your volume's still not quite right. I don't know I'm trying to see if I can see it on my end. Mic settings. Let's see.
Volume's up on our side completely.
Let's see here. Guys, yeah, is everyone else hearing everything good, or is it just on my end, friends? Let me know what you got in the chats here. Volume is fine.
Is that better?
All right. Sounds good. Must be just on my end, so we're all set to go. All right. Well, so Jason, would you like to do a little bit of an introduction and frame the conversation for what we want to discuss today?
I'm actually going to go ahead and let our partner start off, since you don't get to see him very much, and get into what the subject matter today is going to be. He is coming. So when you see him pop in, if you wouldn't mind just letting him in as well, and go.
He just came on. There we go. I just saw him. There we are. Welcome, Shabir.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you, Jason?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Can you hear me? Good, good,
Yes.
very good
Yes.
actually. How are things with you?
Lemon.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting in the balcony, so it is quite dark here. And with my color tone, I'm usually not very visible in the night.
Yeah, it's okay.
Tell me.
Well, is Shabir Monan is our partner. He would like to introduce himself, okay, for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Shabir, brother.
Yeah, tell us
Okay.
about yourself, Shabir.
Hi, how are you? We have a group of businesses, but our primary business is the media business. We are the largest in the media space, especially in the influencer ecosystem, production, distribution, content, all of this. So we primarily, so for example, we own 4 million influencers all over the world. We operate out of about 14 countries now globally to manage the global operations. We have about 1.9 billion people that we work with, which is the humans that we have access to out of the 8 billion people on Earth. We do about 20 billion engagements every month. That's our primary business. But in that, we have talent, we have production, we have studios, we make web series, we make content for different platforms. We have partnership with about 70 platforms globally in the content and videos and music space. And we are the largest partner for Google globally. We are the largest partner for Meta, for Spotify, for Apple, because we produce a lot of volume of content pretty much every month. And then we've diversified those businesses into merchandising, fashion, wearables, our own IPs. For example, the biggest Bollywood IP in the world called Instant Bollywood is owned by us, which alone is about 70 million fans. And then we've got other businesses. We are in the pharmacy delivery, we are in the fuel delivery. Like you have Kapu in Dubai, which delivers fuel. We have an exclusive rights to do fuel delivery in India. And we have a special permission from the government because I have a lot of government relationships and I have a lot of obligation with them. So they gave me an exclusivity for 2 years to gain the market so that the competition can come back later. In addition to that, we have yeah. Go ahead,
Social Nation.
Yeah, so Social Nation is another one which is on the event IP space, on ground event space. We've done quite a few of them, and about 50,000 people come in each of these, 250, 300 odd people, artists come and participate in this and perform because we only have 2 days to perform. So we have a long list, but 250, 300 of perform, but in the attendance, there are about few thousands that come. Then we have food business, we have pet tech business, we have crowdfunding business, we have there are very diverse functions of businesses. So I can keep going on, but I don't think it makes sense. So I'll stop here.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is we may have just let all kinds of new things come out to the open that we weren't going to talk about today. We're going to talk about One Digital and Social Nation. But you can see really quick the depths of the partners are very, very deep. And I think it's important to understand there's a lot of avenues and a lot of things coming and in that. But one thing is we want to get out here and introduce our partners and have a face to the names of who's going on right now in the background.
And well, of course, he's one of our founder, of Lemon, Shabir Monan. Welcome to the community.
Thanks, Fahad. Thanks. Anytime. Always a pleasure.
So Terry, you've got your pulse on the community. You're obviously seeing some of the chats come through. Do we have some questions in that about? I could talk about like the basic things about this week in that, but obviously with limited time, if you can kind of lead us down some questions that you think the community may want to know, and then we'll go ahead and excuse a few of our guests, and I'm more than happy to end the call and answer any of the basic questions about timeline and schedules. But let's go ahead and take this as a most valuable time as possible and get the community some answers.
Well, Shabir, first of all, everyone wants to know how you got so many influencers and how you became #1 on all these platforms. That's very, very impressive. So thank you for sharing that. Which also begs the question, a man with your diverse background and the like, what got you excited about Lemon and what has you most excited about going forward? And how do you see your kind of your role with One Digital interacting with the Lemon ecosystem?
Well, to your first question, it's not easy. It took us many years of hard work. We are on our 15th year of working in this. We started in an era when we had to introduce saying why even make content for mobile phones, right? And in fact, we started with I don't know if you know about Indian Premier League. Indian Premier League is one of the most expensive cricket IPs in the world. We used to own global exclusive rights for that. It was a $100 million deal 15 years back. It was obviously a blunder because I did not make money out of it. I lost a lot of money, about $55 million in the first year itself. And then I had to quit. And God gave me a chance by terminating my parent company's contract, who had given me the contract. And then when they asked me to renew the contract directly with the board, I said, it's time to excuse because I'm way too ahead of time. I'm way too early. And then it took about 3-4 years, 5 years after that for that industry to settle down. What we've done is we've built a large community. We have got a lot of access. We've got a lot of influencers, a lot of content, a lot of ways to build new communities. And that's what we've done. We've built communities in different spheres. We've built communities so we also have a space industry project where we have partnership with NASA, SpaceX, and 168 other space agencies. So we have a space community. We have a Bollywood community, we have a food community, we have a pet community, we have tons of different kinds of communities that we've got. And what we saw in Lemon is, I think it's a very aligned business, and we can add a lot of value. We can add marketing value, we can add values in different ways, build a community. Because, see, end of the day, when we say community, that's a customer, right? So if we can build a customer base, I think everything can fall in place. Whether you are doing payments business, you're doing banking, whether you're doing selling shirts or even selling bananas for that matter, you need an audience, you need a customer base. If the customer base becomes loyal, it becomes community. And that's what we are good at making. So, and it took us a lot of time, a lot of hard work to get here, but it becomes easier when you have a large pool of people. Then all you do is start diverting them to different new destinations. But obviously you'll have to hang new kinds of carrots for them. Sometimes you give them discounts, sometimes you give them the starters money, sometimes you give them a first entry value free and those kind of stuff to create. I mean, it's basically the marketing efforts, right? Because we do the exact same thing for about 1,200 brands globally, including the likes of Pepsi and Coke, where we are retainers to manage both of them. Very rare coincidence that both of them work with one company. Usually they don't. We are a rare case because they both started fighting with each other to take us. We made good money from them for 3 years, switching between one to the other. And then finally they decided, okay, enough, you're making more money than we wanted to spend. So why don't you work with both, but from 2 different legal entities? And that's what we do today. So we have a lot of those kind of functions. And I see a very natural fit to be able to add community value to this.
Shabir, when you take a look at all the various influencers, I'm guessing a lot of them have maybe niche audiences is probably the right term. And so how do you see rolling out marketing funnels that make sense? And where do you see the first steps here to get people kind of introduced to the Lemon community, whether it be lemflix or I know also we've all seen a lot of the crypto influencers get themselves into a little bit of trouble. So I'm sure you've thought about workarounds to that. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit on how you see it kind of funneling out?
We actually don't target the crypto influencers to influence the crypto industry, because if we do that, that's a very sensitive market, and many countries in the world are actually creating problems, especially the Asian market, which is where the volumes are creating problems. So what we do is we focus more on getting the Web 2 to Web 3, because that is a new market. Because within the crypto industry, that audience is very small. I mean, if you look at majority of them are traders. They really don't consume content, or they don't consume a product, or they don't consume a service. They're just traders. The real users are yet to come. I would believe that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
You want to send him a text, Jay, and just let him know that he helped.
Yeah, jump on. Where he's basically heading is, going to the product bases that are underneath them is actually our target. That's getting people. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It's all right.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the real fun, I think, is to get the consumers into the market. Right now, This is an industry where traders got in first because there was a lot of money floating here and there. So traders got in first to trade, and that's what has been happening. And it's been mostly speculation driven. But I think the real users are going to come now because we have about 8 to 10 million real users, which are majority of them are trading in this industry, but and controlling a very large sum of money. But I think the new community that is coming in is what is going to do the real game, which is even if they spend $2, $5, $10 to go with, from a lifetime value point of view, I think it has a much higher value than the traders community.
And when you talk about consumable products and services, are you thinking along the lines of things like lemlotto, lempay, remittances, lemflix, that kind of stuff? Is that kind of where you're thinking is the best lead-in?
I think those are services that are wrapped around the core functions. The core functions are going to be projects, metaverses, those kind of aspects. I think those are going to be the real functions. These are all great services to be wrapped around a blockchain and be able to build something which kind of takes the lead. I mean, that should be the reason, while the lempay is the method of payment. The lembank could be a banking system. The lem services for lemflix could be a consumption model. Similarly, we could have a social media tomorrow, or we could have something else tomorrow. So there are a lot of opportunities which can be used as the reason of transaction. Transaction is basically a method.
And I mean, it seems to me, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd love to hear your perspective on it. It seems like we've got a great platform to solve the remittance issue. And I think, that's just a huge market in and of itself. So, I mean, if we could somehow get the messaging out to people that this is a much better way than Western Union and all the legacy paths, I think that would be a huge market. But I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I think that industry is already shaping up because there is Revolut, there is Wise, there is Aspire. There's so many of them which have popped up, which are the neo-bankings, but they have taken licenses from many central banks. And that has helped. I think they have done the learning curve job. If we get to that right now, we will be able to take out the cream, because the learning curve is always a painful one. I have been onto that cycle many times where you have to teach everybody what is it, and that's always the most expensive and most patience. So it is better to go the direction of I think we are right about the time of where we should hit.
Yeah, I think we are hitting a little more maturity in the adoption cycle, and it is important. And I like that you touched on that because everyone thinks about that. The learning curve is so steep; it can be very, very expensive to try and get people to pick it up.
Yeah. Sometimes you just die in the process because you run out of money or you run out of patience and you die in the process. So we are right about in the time where the world has understood, the money has started moving faster, money has started doing on-ramp, off-ramp, acceptance levels have come much more stronger. I think it's a great time to get in. Plus, we also have two kinds of loyalty programs that we run. Actually, three kinds. One is a Web 2, one is a Web 3, and one is a social media loyalty program. So we run those as well, and with good communities in that. So they are easy, low-hanging fruits to basically hang a carrot, give them a gift, give them a few dollars in bonus, entry point, and that becomes like a very easy ecosystem to get in.
Well, I love the aligned incentives approach. Do you mind elaborating on those three different loyalty kind of perspectives that you have?
Hey, Terry,
so
hold on.
Oh, I'm getting the breaks.
Go ahead. Go ahead. He's always going to ask you more and more and more.
I'll give you a snippet of it. Maybe not the cream of the pie, but I'll give you a snippet of it. So what it does is basically, because of our alignment with all the large platforms globally, with YouTube and Meta and all of these guys, we control a lot of deep relationship with them. So we are connected at an umbilical cord level with these guys. So we have much deeper access to data, much deeper access to insights. We are the only company in the world which has 2 licenses from Google. We're also the only company in the world where you upload a video on YouTube and we have the right to sell that inventory, not YouTube. So we sell it and we give a revenue share to YouTube, not the other way around, which is what the rest of the world does. So because of those benefits, what we have is we have an option to create incentives for users to be able to move and do something else. So for example, if you go to one of our influencers' YouTube channel, you will see at the bottom a carousel which is running which is showcasing the fashion line, the merchandising line, and all the other stuff. And you click on that, you actually get diverted from youtube.com to our website and you do a purchase. And I don't pay a dime to the YouTube for that, because that's our muscle that we have. That's the power that we have with the volume that we manage. So what we have done is, using that, we've created mechanisms where user can actually consume a social media and earn royalty points, and that loyalty point then moves him to the Web3 ecosystem. And once he comes to the Web3 ecosystem, so we've actually put together a fund where we've actually put money to incentivize users. We give them the first $200, first $500, first $1,000 incrementally, so that they get habituated. Because all you have to do is get a gambler, get a non-gambler to the casino and give him enough money to be addictive. After that, leave it. He will do it himself. And that's what we do. So our intent is to basically burn 100 million in a year, which will claw back about 60%. And that 60% will help become the 100 million, about 300 million in a rotation. And that should get us about close to 70, 80 million people from the Web 2 to Web 3 ecosystem. And that kind of helps us solve most of the problem.
That's amazing.
I think that's,
I love where your head's at.
all of our
So,
problem.
question for him. I'm guessing that all these influencers have some kind of aligned incentives with you, obviously. So are you envisioning a coordinated, organized, simul push out to the marketplace about, let's say, a specific project? So let's say we were just using the lotto as an example. Are you envisioning kind of organizing all of the influencers, kind of push it all at once, so everyone's hearing about Lem Lotto all in the same day kind of deal?
Not really, because that's too much of limelight. You don't want to get so much of limelight at one go, because so much of limelight actually creates problem for you. What we do is we do incremental, more and very diverse. So we do different regions and smaller packets in different regions spread over a period of time. Because if you do a one-day big bang show, then you also have all the authorities waking up for you, which you don't want to get that visible in the day one. Because you have to slowly grow from an ant to an elephant, then nobody can touch you. If you become an elephant overnight, you're just shot next morning. So we've been through that processes multiple times, so we know how to navigate through that. And we've got very good relationship with governments in Singapore, in Middle East, in Europe, because we also do carbon credits as a project out of Europe, which is with the government as a partner. So we are launching a new exchange for carbon credits on blockchain. So there are multiple other things that we do which helps us get those alignments. So we are, even though we become a little visible, but we have a little more safety compared to the most of the other people.
Shabir, when you said you're going to kind of like basically fund the gamblers, and I love that idea where you just bring them into the casino and line them up for it. We've seen that model work before. What's the attraction strategy? How do you convert from the eyeball to get them to take an action step? Is it just they go here, input your email, get something kind of kicked back to them, or how do you envision that playing out?
No, we integrate it directly into the content. In the communication, email is the last resort where somebody is really not coming in. But we have a lot of direct communication. So the content belongs to us. The influencers belong to us. The influencers' incentive is we are on a revenue share model with them all the time. So every time they make money, we make money, or we make money, they make money. So that's the reason why they participate with us much more strongly. And we pretty much, like, for example, the biggest gaming influencer of Asia is ours. The biggest female influencer of Asia is ours, who's also a UN ambassador, who's also in the Belinda Gates Foundation as an advisor. She's top-notch in what she does. She's done multiple movies. So we've built these guys over the last 7, 8, 10 years, 15 years, from literally what they are today. So they're very well aligned on that front. So, but we also have to take care that we've built them over so many years. So I can't burn them. I have to use them, but not burn them, because I can't kill the golden hen because it's laying egg every day for me. I can't kill it, but we know how to use them in the right way to leverage and where and how we. We've been doing this for many, many brands for many years now.
Jason, is he cut out on your end, or just me?
Mm-hmm. Reception's a little bad, but it was
just a blip.
Okay. Jason, take the floor for a moment. What other things would you like Shabir to focus on and share before we cut him loose here?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, obviously his One Digital Enterprise and Social Nation is huge for us, and it got us really excited about not only the influencers and that, but also we're looking at putting together a very nice event for everybody to come out and get that. So obviously having a partner that is used to those types of events and knows how to put them on, it's going to be one heck of a bang for everybody to kind of get to know Lemon in a whole new light. And I would say the depth of our partners definitely help drive us to be better and go very quickly. But we don't want to be elephants overnight. We want to make sure that we're building the foundation to grow and do both functions. Make sure the user base is happy, make sure the user base is strong, but also build something that's going to last. And I think going through history and crypto projects, trust me, lasting is very important. So I think that's what I want to kind of tell everybody and make sure it's done right is very important. So.
Well, I guess one question that lingers that I've been hearing from a lot of people is what's the timeline for when this commences? How about that, Shabir?
Very soon.
Very soon.
I mean, it could be as soon as you. I think one thing for sure we can bet is nobody can be faster than us. I think that's one way of putting it, because nobody can be faster than us in any aspect, whether it is marketing, building, delivering, in almost all functions.
By the way, and the other, yesterday.
That's the kind of timelines I like. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, that's the timeline on everything for me. Is it done yet? Well, when's it supposed to be done? Yesterday. So just kind of let you know, I think everybody has a desire to get things done quickly, but we also want to make sure they're done right. So
just we are on a step, okay, to go ahead step by step, on time, or right time. We don't need to go immediate. So everything is have a time limit, and accordingly we are working on it.
Yes.
Did you guys have any other information you wanted to extract out of Shabir? I don't want to hold this time. I don't know what you guys kind of had in mind, so I'll let you guys.
No, I think that's Shabir. Thank you so much for jumping on. I think the community was very happy to get to know you a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about CatViz, a little bit about how you feel that product is developing, and more importantly, what got you excited about it?
I have been tracking that project for almost over a year and a half now, almost 2 years actually, and they're a pretty nice bunch of people. Yeah, 3 years actually, right? Yes, 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years.
And very strong guys. I mean, professors by mindset, attitude to build things, comes from a lot of education background, so they understand that factor very well. And I think because of the region that they operate in is why they haven't been able to go global and be able to get the right exposure, which is actually a positive thing for us, because if they would have been in some other market, we wouldn't have got them. Because they are in that market is why we are fortunate to get them. But I think it's a great project to be part of, and I think it could become a center for building a lot of good stuff.
Shabir, I mean, this just for devil's advocate purposes, a skeptic might say, hey, listen, you've got a lot of competition in terms of social media platforms. You know, TikTok's got a lot of stick to it eyeballs. Do you foresee CatViz kind of coming up and playing in the category with the top tier social media platforms?
Yes.
Let me put it in a different way, that it will have a niche of its own. Because if you look at TikTok or any of the social media, most of the social media will have a crypto angle. Most of the social media will have a social engagement angle, which is already there. There are a lot of newbies that have come in the social media in the Web3 space, directly born on Web3. But the advantage is, like they say, it takes 5 fingers to make it a feast, right? So if you look at what we have done is, we actually never wanted to become a competition to any of these large platforms globally, which is why we are like a layer on top. So what Facebook has, Google does not. What Google has, Facebook does not. But I have both of them. and I have both of them from 70 of them. So I'm like a layer on top of 70 of them. So if I can soak that out and punch that into something else, which is on an arm's length distance, because I can't do it directly. The moment I do it directly, they look at me as a competition, which is why I can't do it directly. The moment I punch it to somebody else, it kind of becomes much, much larger than what you can expect. But what is important is to get the right kind of audience, because there are many kinds of audience. One is a audience below the age, which you can't do anything with. One is a too old to can't do anything with it. One is someone who's just observing but not engaging. What we want is the niche which is observing, engaging, interacting, and also doing transactions. That's what we want. And once we get that, I think that's, even if we get 1 million of those, it's better than maybe 200 million of the others that people have.
Are you willing to comment on a potential time frame for when CADFIZ will be ready for that broader audience that you envision?
I think from a product point of view, not much is left to build. We can just piece the things together and get it going. What is important is to build the audience, and for that you need money. If you can punch money, because if I have to give, even if I have to give $10 to 1 million people to come and do the first transaction, that's $10 million. Because that $10 million is not coming back in real time. It's going to come back as an amortized value over the next 2 years or 3 years. But 10 million is not going to cut the job. You will need a larger pie to be able to punch in and then just keep going. And that's how you build. And most of the platforms that have built large volumes have always been with large marketing campaigns. And marketing campaigns does not mean I'm going to show an ad and bring people or pay somebody to download the app. That's not the game. The game is basically to have the real users come and engage and transact. That's what we are looking at. And we have the capability, because from a volume of user point of view, I have 1.9 billion people. So that's not, we don't need more people to reach out. What we need is to incentivize them to come and do a transaction. So for my first level of contact is already there. All I need to do is basically show them a way board of why they should come here and what they should be able to do. That's what we need to do.
And one more time, because a lot of people have asked this, how are you measuring that number of engagements? Like when you said, so what are the metrics that qualify as an engagement when you use those numbers?
No, so when I'm talking about our new ecosystem point of view, we are looking at a transaction a month to call it as an engagement. When I'm talking about my own ecosystem, the 1.9 billion people are the people who are fans and who have subscribed or have liked. Those are the people. But the actual engagement is larger than 1.9 billion people, because we do 20 billion engagements every month. And those 20 billion engagements are counted only when they're doing more than 1 interactions a month, and they're doing more than 30 seconds of interactions a month. That's where the minimum count starts. So we're doing 20 billion of them. Even if you discount it by 20 times, it's still a billion.
Yeah, those numbers are incredible. I wish, it's really too bad you have such low goals and low standards, Shabir. 20 billion. But that's incredible. It's fantastic. Well, big applause to you and having built up this network. It's certainly inspiring. And so I know you probably have other things to do, so I'll leave it to you. Do you have any final closing thoughts or comments for the Lemon community for today?
No, nothing much. I think we are up for a great ride, and the time is very right, which is very important. It's a perfect timing to get in and ride the wave, basically, because everything is right now going upwards, which is what makes the difference. Because the same job done in 5 years back or 3 years back would have been way more tougher compared to what we are doing now. And 3 years later, we might have missed the opportunity. So we are perfectly on time.
Yeah, timing is so important. If you have an idea that the market's not ready for, it does have a big impact. So, well, Jason, unless you have any other closing thoughts, I'll hand it over to you.
Honestly, just a big thanks, Shabir. I know you're traveling right now, and you're in and out, but you're always willing to come on board and be the great partner you are. So I appreciate the time tonight, even though you are traveling, and I hope the community understands that it's an honor. So, anything else?
I appreciate your attending, brother Shabir. You are my brother, as you know, and you are the founder, the main founder for the CADFIZ. and the main founder also with the Lemon family. So
Yep.
welcome you back again, and looking forward to see you soon. And one hand, and to go further for our new platform, Catfish,
Absolutely.
operated or powered by Lemon, will disrupt the social media soon. Super app. That's what I can do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Shabir, great to meet
Thanks,
you. We
Shabir.
really do appreciate your time.
Appreciate
We're
it.
looking forward to hearing from you again.
Yeah.
You let us know when you have time in your schedule, and we'd love to have you back.
Done. Where are you based, Terry?
I'm in Florida.
Okay, sounds good. Very good. We have one very close partner to us in Florida called NASA.
Nice.
So,
All the guys.
Yes.
yes, so because what we have is a unique partnership with them. We have a right with NASA and SpaceX to fly one person to space for the next every year for the next 35 years, and we're going to do a reality show to do that. And the first mission is going to happen in November next year, which is 2025, and the show starts in January 2025 of the search for that one person.
I understand, Shabir, you are giving invitation now from this platform, okay, for Lemon community to attend and to try
No,
to jump on
and
for
what I
that community, so
what I
they can go
intend.
fly to NASA, to the sky, okay, to the space.
No,
I mean.
I have a different plan. I want to send Fahad to space with one-way ticket, so that he doesn't keep involving me into so many different businesses.
That it will be great, brother. I will be relaxed. I will build Lemon. I will build Lemon there that time.
Yeah,
I will send you.
absolutely.
I will send you alien.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll be aboard the Lemon rocket ship, and I'll meet you guys there. How about that?
That works
Absolutely,
for me too, Terry.
absolutely.
I'm good with my feet on the
But you
ground.
know, the advantage is we have the full rights on the suit for the person who's going to fly to the space. We also have the right inside the shuttle to brand it. We also have 7 days in ISS chopped into 15 minutes each to be telecasted live. So we have a lot of real inventory to showcase, and this is something that will be the spotlight of the world at that point of time. So we can just place a lemon there, and I think we'll be able to get a lot of eyeballs during that point of time.
Well, I like the idea of placing
Very
lemons
true.
everywhere right now.
Yep.
Thanks again, Shabir. We really appreciate your time.
Okay, take care, guys. See you later.
Take care.
Nice meeting you, Terry.
Bye bye.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye-bye. Bye.
So Terry, we've got probably about 10 more minutes in that. I want to make sure that we're getting to the community. I know that you guys had a lot of questions and kind of ticking around. You have the pulse of the community. I know that you're spending a lot more time on Telegram and social medias right now than I have the ability to. Last week has been very long. We've got a lot of partners here in town. We've got a lot of things going on, obviously, as you guys know. That being said, do you have any questions for me that you see all the time, or my partner, Dr. Fahad, and see if we can do a little Q&A with him real quick? You've got about 10 minutes, and grill his brain out, and then we'll go for scheduling, I think, probably at the end.
Sounds great. Yeah, Dr. Fahad, we'd love to hear more from you, man. We were graced by your presence a couple weeks ago. We're excited to have you back on, and tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you're really excited about with Lemon right now going forward.
Lemon, it's my life. And sure, it's my life. And we will support from our platform, okay, to make great world again.
I love it. And it seems to me that you're very excited about Catfish. I'm getting that impression. What is it about Catfish that you see, having a big splash in the world about?
By all meaning is best platform for privacy, private security, all in one super app. That's what I can say for now.
I love that. Would you? Not the privacy part makes it very, very different from, let's say, a WeChat style platform. But is that kind of where you're trying to recreate? Because WeChat, at least in its own market, it had such a dominant force, and it's really been integrated into people's everyday lives. Do you kind of see the same or similar for Catfish with privacy?
More.
That's good. Any more you'd like to share on that?
I prefer to give it to the right time.
Okay, that's fair enough.
We have a good launch. He's been working on it for a very long time. What you may or may not know is the technology was purchased for $100 million, so it's very valuable, and I'm very happy that it's got his by Lemon, and that technology here definitely builds a big platform, but it also puts assets and that in a crypto and blockchain community that most people just don't have. And I want to kind of touch on that a little bit more. The amount of technology, the amount of real world assets, the amount of entrepreneurship, and the partners that are here. You guys are starting to see a few of them. There are more. They will be popping their heads out shortly when the time is right, because we have something that we're doing with them, or we have a project that overlaps that makes sense. Everybody wants to see everybody yesterday, but what fun would that be if you knew everything right now? I mean, what am I going to cite with tomorrow? And part of this is also a basis that certain things need to come out first, and there's a domino flow. I know that everybody kind of gets a little impatient. We saw some of that today, but understand at the end of the day, it's all for the purpose of building this community that we have a good foundation. We're going to be here for a very long time. So understand that we're not trying to hide anything from you. We're just trying to do things very strategically so that they come out at the correct times to get the most bang for the buck and the biggest push forward for everybody. I will tell you exchanges. It came up today, so let's just go ahead and break down. We do have exchanges coming for LemX. We are going to try to actually go on a pretty aggressive push. We've got a few more announcements we want to get out first so we get the best bang for the buck on the exchanges. We're going to try to do something either this week, or we're going to have it pre-recorded this week, and we're going to release it beginning of next week. And then I believe we'll have an exchange, an announcement, and another big marketing push, probably one a week. We're just going to alternate them. So you'll have an exchange about every 2.5 to 3 weeks. You're going to have a big announcement about every 2.5 to 3 weeks. We have piled them up at this point in time to really give us the big bang for the buck for this community, but it's really for the community that's coming. We have drug our feet a little bit to make sure that the community can come over. I feel that we are there. I feel that we have now done any and all obligations to our friends and our families. At this point in time, now it's time to bring on new friends and family and bring on a new mass market to continue pushing this idea forward of all things lemon and a free environment in crypto that it's just never been done. So if we can continue sharing free, sharing excitement, sharing crisp, fresh zest, and be a part of a lemon. I call myself a lemon head, so be a lemon head and just come and enjoy it. This is all about being fun, not being so serious. Don't get so much anxiety about crypto. This is something that Shabir did touch on something. Getting a platform that has the technology to get you from Web 2 to Web 3 in the easiest fashion, the easiest time frame possible is the most important thing for building out an ecosystem. And I believe the foundational blocks that, quite honestly, partners are bringing, lemonbank, lempay, the underlying process, you touched it, Terry. I mean, remittance is going to be absolutely massive. And there was 2 competitors that Shabir brought their names up. I wasn't going to, but now that he did, one of them has an evaluation of about 33 billion. So if that kind of gives you an idea, they've done all the hard lifting, they've done all the hard work, they've done all the compliance. We can just go ahead and come in there tailwinds with better technology. And I think that's what we really want to bring is we'll always be improving. We're always going to go ahead and strive to be the best. But if we can get something out to market, get the user base and get things going, this is how we become successful, because those underlying values, those underlying royalties very quickly is what is going to drive this thing to the next level.
Well, I mean, I'd love to hear what your thoughts from both of you lemon heads, but I think, like, for me, there's a lot of big problems that are being solved, and I think that's what gives lemon the brightest big yellow light future. Is there's real problems being solved here that no one else is really doing in crypto, and I think that's how you cut through the noise. But are you guys both kind of seeing it the same way?
We are, and I can tell you that we're probably a little behind the 8 ball on the social media pushes. We've done that on purpose to try and delay the masses. That's over. So understand that you're going to start seeing the social media platforms now being built out. You're going to start seeing a lot more aggression to push people over to X and to get people's excitement up and gamify X a little bit. And when CatFizz is out, we'll be gamifying CatFizz. We want the user base to be somewhere where we can do Zooms. We'll be doing these events not here on whatever platform you're using today, StreamYard. We're going to be using CatFizz to do these. We're going to be using our own platform to these types of events. And this is very important. If we believe in the products, we need to be using the products ourselves. And so as we kind of roll this thing out, yes, we're going to be using other social media, but we're going to also be putting that all into a basis of tag, and we're in.
Well, very cool that CatFizz is also going to have that streaming going live capabilities. That's exciting. So we're definitely excited to see that come out. And I love the gamification. I think it makes a huge difference. Even when you were talking about how you were gamifying the minting process, I mean, look how much attention it's gotten in the ecosystem. And people are still asking for that special QR code. But
let the mic for you. And I will leave. Nice to talk with you, Terry. Okay. And bye-bye.
He's literally got about 5 phone calls since we've been chatting here. He's got to go back to.
No worries. I wanted you guys to kind of take the lead on the call and talk about the things you guys wanted to talk about. So I was just trying to.
Yeah. So understand. You guys see me all the time. This is what I'm doing. Morning, noon, and night. I breathe, sleep. The partners are as well, but they are working with more partners to bring them on and more things to build this ecosystem. So appreciate the time tonight, and I hope we got a lot of the questions that answered about how the push is going to go, what's going to come from it, how we monetize it, and more importantly, how we grow it. This is one little olive branch that was teased a few weeks ago, and now you've heard it from the CEO and owner himself that this is the plan moving forward and kind of running. We've had a lot of questions about what does that mean? How does it mean? He's a partner. And so understand these guys are their partners. Their benefit to get this thing done is not a contract or something like that. They're here, and they're here to stay, and they're here to make sure this is successful. So any assets that the partners have, they are pushing towards this venture, and I think that's I think that's fun. And it doesn't need to be just me out front. Trust me, yes, I'm out front. Yeah, guess what? I have a lot of technology I'm bringing to the table as well. But all of us mixed together, we all have one mission, and that is changing the world in a way that we've never seen, and be a crypto platform in the world today. I think it's perfect timing that no one has ever seen. No one's tried to do what we're doing right now. So a free ecosystem, a free tokenization, and a free platform for millions and millions to join.
With a lot of great convergence of tech and assets in the background, which underpin it, that most projects don't have at all. And most of our friends here listening haven't heard of everything yet. And you're going to be excited when you do. So I'm excited for you. And did you say we were doing the next live on CatFizz on Thursday? Is that what you said? Did I hear that earlier? Or did I misunderstand that?
Not a CatFizz. So I'll give you kind of timeline. CatFizz makes a better push right after the L1. And there's technical reasons for it. We're actually trying to do something directly in the blockchain itself for encryption reasons and everything else. So we can actually get some value from the validators and a couple of the other products that we are dropping right now. It's got integrated into it, lempay. It's got integrated into a few other products that are not actually on the board behind me. So integrating those makes more sense when you bring it out, that it's an all-in-one, His Excellency calls it the super app. It really is to basically bring everything together into one. And it doesn't make sense to launch something that has products that we haven't launched yet before it. So I do believe that's probably going to be, maybe even the middle of September, if we're looking at the calendar correctly right now. I think the app will be done. I think it's just we're going to try to push some other things before it to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and we're getting through this L1 migration. And that's where I'll leave that. We have a lot of other things beyond CatFizz, though, and so we're going to continue releasing those every single week. You're going to get a drip of something else. I'm not talking about drip. These are cannonballs into a pond, and we're going to make some splashes and we're going to make some noise. So I think that's going to be fun for this community.
Yeah, I think that's the part that people miss, that there, as much as we all hate it, there has to be a sequence of events that makes sense. There has to be a logical steps, so otherwise it doesn't, it doesn't work. One quick question that came to mind, and we'll tune out. With the privacy element, is the idea that you're just going to monetize the user base in many different ways, and ergo they don't need to be the product, in the sense that you don't need to steal and sell their data per se. You can privatize all of that, and then just have products and services that make sense for them.
Yes, it's something that in social media it's done opposite. You're basically cashing in all that data and getting it situated. We'd rather we're monetizing, guys. I'll be honest. I'd love to tell you that NFTs are free and somehow that pays all the bills. NFTs are free, but that doesn't pay the bills. We have to figure out how to monetize this ecosystem in a different way. But if we can do it through the actual products, if we can do it from the actual choice of the consumer to be there, even if we get 1 billion eyes, that doesn't mean we're gonna have 1 billion people in, lemlotto. It doesn't mean we're gonna have 1 billion people that are gonna go sign up for lemflix. But if we can get enough eyes and enough people sharing that content and expand the product catalog to a point where we have enough for everybody, then eventually it's billions of transactions. And those billions of transactions is what everybody is willing to step aside right now, put the money aside, put the hard work in now in order to build something that, again, is going to change the world. Because if we can go to direct to consumer in a blockchain product in a blockchain way and give you guys value every single time you basically come and share. I mean, I will tell you, the greed factor is here right now. Everybody wants these NFTs. They want all of them for themselves. Guys, this is the time to share. I'm going to joke a little bit. One wallet, one free NFT per person per day, not 2,000. That wasn't the deal I made to my community. That was what you guys have now decided to do and run through. Now that's not bad. I'm letting you guys do it. You guys can have fun, but understand, why don't you share with your neighbor? Just because your rate go down a little bit, share. This is something that is supposed to be fun and get people involved. And it's different. It's different because I remember buying crypto and always sharing it to my friends because I wanted the price to go up. This is one that you're sharing something free, but if you do, you may make less of it. So I want to go back to the roots of everybody, guys. This is fun and exciting. And no matter how you want to play the game, understand it doesn't really matter. I'm going to share it. And so when I put billions of eyes on it, I'm going to share it and I'm going to go wide regardless. I'm glad everyone is here for the ride. And I'm very, very honored to have every single one of these loyalists on Telegram, watching the different product categories and asking the questions, the hard ones. The ones sometimes I really don't want to answer because you guys may pull a secret out here or there. Shabir definitely let a couple things out tonight I was not going to get into, but he's just an honest guy and he's excited. And I will tell you, it's an honor to have him as a partner. But if you replay this, you're going to probably pick up about 3 or 4 different things he let drop tonight that are not on the roadmap for 6 months. So that being said, it's exciting.
Friends, in the meantime, if you don't mind, I don't like being diluted. Can you please lay off the damn mint button? Tell your friends, but you personally, if you guys just lay off, I would appreciate that personally. Anyway, yeah, this is fantastic. By the way, I love that poster. I loved it the first time I saw it, and seeing it the whole time in the background is awesome. So I'll send you my address if you want to put one of those up, and I'll get one right here. It'd be great.
I'll do it for you. Yeah, you want to send me your address, Terry? I'll get one in the mail for you.
That'd be very cool. All right, friends, let's let Jay go wrap up some other stuff. It's very late over there, but really grateful. It is so cool to hear from the partners. Shabir was very gracious, shared a lot of information. I think people can see how much reach is really there. And so when you get that kind of reach, only big things can come in the future. And one step at a time, we'll be there. Jay, thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for organizing everything. Thanks for all your tireless efforts as usual. We do appreciate you. And we'll catch you again a little bit later this week.
Okay, perfect. See you guys.
Have a good one, guys.